before we get into like if it Takers comes back, what was your top 3 moments? Because I know a couple of mine, like winning the cup, Middlesex Cup, probably the first time round, and second time round as well, but more the first time round as well. Definitely one. The podcast as well with Lambeth All Stars.
Love, big up Takers, innit?
Nah, man, big up you guys. We're here. We got Winja and we got El Hibbo.
And then just some of the viral moments as well, man. Like I remember when Magic sent a guy to like the gulag. I remember that went viral. That was crazy.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Got him! Yeah.
Just so
that was interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
Man, my top 3 moments of Takers.
Even when you told me to cut the camera as well.
They scored 3 goals against you. The season starts next Sunday. And you guys are high-fiving, going, yeah, great. The good moments. You can see the 3 goals against them. Joke. Banter. That's what you guys want, banter in Hollywood. The cameras. Turn the camera off. Turn the camera off.
Listen, you're shameless. You're shameless. Because I should have known you was going to say this. Listen, do you know what? Did I ever apologize for that? Did I ever apologize?
No.
I didn't.
And I probably don't expect you to be fair.
Do you know what? All I'll say to you is, if there is a next time, no better than to point that camera in my face. Because that weren't the time. That time there, that wasn't the time. But you know what? Listen, look, I think I've got a 100% record at Takers being on that touchline. The only time I think they'd ever lost a game or dropped a point is when I wasn't there. Which is interesting. I think my top 3 moments at Takers. Oh man, I think would have to be the game against.
I mean, I've missed out 2 big ones. I was leaving an open goal for you, Abs. Come on, 2 big ones.
Listen, but my moments aren't your moments, because my moments as the coach are like very, very different. So my moments really, I think I can't rank it just yet, but one of the moments would be Magic's chip from about 30 yards against.
You know who the team is, bro.
Against Money FC.
Oh my days!
Listen, do you know what? The reason why that's a big moment for me was because nobody else around really knew the struggles for Magic and his fitness and the injuries and the things that he's been through. And to have him back and work with him individually and get him sort of back to a level where he's able not just to just compete, but dominate football matches. We're talking about a guy that is, I mean, Magic's 5'3", 5'4".
Yeah.
We're talking about a very, very small guy. He's very, very light, very, very slim. I would always say, and again, this is no disrespect because Magic is my boy. He's got the physical development age. He's got the physical age of probably a 13 or 14-year-old. But when Magic touches that football pitch, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. And the way he takes information, it's just, I talk to him and he doesn't need to even give me a sign that he acknowledges what I'm saying. I know he hears me because he reacts just physically. He's doing certain things. And I remember in that moment, I think he beat 2 players and I saw the keeper coming off his line. So I just said, chip him. I think I only said it twice. And it was just like, he still had to react to it. He still had so many other things that was going on that he needed. And he just, boom, chip 30 yards under the crossbar. Boom, there you go, have that. And I just thought that was crazy. Even to a point of where, listen, I don't really celebrate many goals or many things, but that was a moment. So it was like, yeah. And that was a moment for him and for me personally, not just in the context of the football match, really tough football game. But in the context of mine and his relationship, coach, manager, player, just what he managed to achieve in that short window of time and in that really special moment, that was just like a moment for us. So it was like, that was really, really beautiful. I think the other moment would be the humbling of Rising Ballers, because there was so much. Listen, there was so much conversation, there was so much talk, and I think there was so much rivalry, and there really shouldn't have been much rivalry. Yes, Rising Ballers have got the commercial, popular side, and that's great, and they definitely had a team of better individuals. Not every one of their players were better than I would say we had 3 players. Two of them were better than everybody on Rising Ballers team. One of them certainly was more than a match. So on paper, Rising Ballers should have battered us, right? Especially with their history, humbling SC Dons and this, that, and the other, and the way that SC Dons came out and sort of passed the torch over and like, this is the next best thing. They beat us fair and square. These are the ones. Everyone's got to bow to them. I was like, okay, cool, interesting. And then sort of all of the stuff that went on social media. And then kind of bizarrely, you got Maz kind of being quite insecure, always kind of wondering what's going on with us and sort of poking his head over the wall kind of thing. And so, listen, I done what I do, innit? I done what I do. And so I DM'd him. Listen, it's the whole story behind it. It's more than the free kick. It's the story behind it. It's the DMs between me and him, and then he tried to air it, then tried to talk mad in his group chat, and then left his own team, left his own group chat because I infiltrated his group chat because his players are my players. But if I speak, it's trouble. So yeah, it's just one of those situations where I think the master had to show the apprentice why he's the master. And listen, a humbling moment, because in terms of football and competition, I think it was very difficult to split the two teams. We were definitely more methodical about what we were doing. There was a clear game plan. I think Rising Ballers were very much it was individuals FC. Just get the ball to Dara, get the ball to this one, get the ball to that one, and kind of let them do what they're doing. But we were systematically better than them through both football matches. Both games, we were just better than them. And the only thing I would say is Rising Ballers goalkeeper turned up that day with one intention, and it was to not concede any goals. And he was moving mad. Save after save, coming out early, sweeper keeping. It was really, really good to watch. But there's a few times we cut them open. So I knew it was going to boil down to a moment of magic. Just a moment of just euphoria. And when we got that free kick before the game in the warm-up, I had Rondo taking free kicks. And I just knew, this guy, sometimes all he needs is a moment. Just give him a moment in the game. And in that game, Rondo was doing the day jobs. He was sitting deep, tracking runners, making great blocks, great interceptions, tackles, and sort of playing it simple. But he needed one moment where he could put his footprint on the game going forwards. And it was that moment, 35 yards at an angle. And I think we were all stood in the most amazing place possible, which is right behind him. And I said to him, top corner. Just aim for the bins. I said, aim for the bins, he ain't getting it. Aim for the bins, he's not getting it. Keep it low, keep it low, keep it low. Target, target, target. Go.
That's what we do on a Sunday. That's what we're out here for. Rising Ballers. Rising Ballers.
The goalkeeper took a step to his right, and I thought, Rondo, if you don't put it in that top right corner, we've got a problem. And he just slapped it. And it was like slow motion, watching the ball fly through the air. The wall jumping, everyone turns, slow motion, everyone turning. And the ball just hit. If there was a cobweb in that top corner. Rondo took it out. It was gone.
Like you
It
said,
just
he
flew in the top
nailed it.
corner.
He nailed it. I still remember that video.
Listen, if that was an audition, he nailed it, man. I'm telling you, he just fucking nailed it. It was a great, great moment. And do you know what?
Yeah.
That was a great moment for the league. Like, not just for takers. It was a great moment for the league. Do you remember how many people there were around that pitch watching that football match?
Yeah. Like
About
the
200
two
people?
biggest teams in the league, man. Going at it.
There's easily about 200 people around that football pitch. I'm talking youngers, olders, rising ballers, fans, players, you name it. People that had no business being there, they were just there. Even people from the football club, from Barnet Football Club, from the Hive, they were there. They were like, this is interesting. What's going on here? And it was just a great spectacle. And I think both teams didn't let the neutral fan down or any of the fans down, because everybody turned up to win the football match. It was a really high quality football match. If we're honest, the players on that football pitch had no business playing at that level. But it was a great football match, and Rondo just stole the show. If there was a player on a day that stole the show for me in either game, it was Rondo. He was the best player on the pitch in both games. And he had one moment through both games to put his mark on it. Bang, nailed it, top corner. History made, that's it. And it was after that, it was like, they can't really talk to us, because we beat them on the pitch in terms of football. We beat them physically, we beat them mentally. Obviously, we beat them off the pitch too. So that was just like one of those moments. So yeah, and then it was the humbling afterwards, because I think we were supposed to have a bit of an embrace, and man's kept it so short and sweet. Yeah, cool, yeah, well done, and then walked off. And I thought, okay, so it was fake humble. All right, cool. Then he done the fake humble. Yeah, I have to take an L. He became a meme in our group chat. He's become a meme in so many other group chats, just like Money has, to be fair. But listen, it is what it is. Listen, everyone that was supposed to beat takers, that didn't beat takers, became a meme. And it is what it is.